It's game time here on Basketball Past, Present, and Future. Guys, let's close out the show with a bang. We wanted to do something today that basketball fans love debating. The greatest playoff rivalries ever. Not regular season stuff. No one cares about the regular season anymore anyways. Real postseason wars. We're talking Bird and Magic saving the NBA in the 80s, Jordan battling the bad boy Pistons, LeBron and Steph meeting in 4 straight finals, Knicks Heat fist fights, Reggie Miller torturing Madison Square Garden. That kind of rivalry where one play, one quote, or one hard foul changes NBA history. So tonight, we're putting the biggest playoff rivalries of all time in order, the ones we can choose from. This Celtics versus Lakers. Historic, right? Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, that popularized the NBA. Michael Jordan versus Bad Boy Pistons. Must-see TV. LeBron James versus Steph Curry. Maybe just the most fun basketball to watch ever. Knicks versus Heat. That's a bloodbath. Reggie Miller versus Knicks. No Knicks fan will ever let him step foot in New York City without hearing it. Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain. Coach would probably say those are the 2 greats. Spurs versus Suns. I mean, how do you beat the Spurs at that point in time with Popovich and those boys? Lakers versus Suns. Kobe hated the Suns. And Spurs versus the Mavericks. Tim Duncan, Nowitzki. That was just a classic. All right, CJ, I feel like this might be easier going top down. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we should go from number 1 to number 10. What do you think is the number 1 rivalry ever?
I would say Celtics versus Lakers. It's just too iconic with both teams.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, and it lasted for a long time. They were battling for the championship back and forth for almost 10 years.
CJ, number 2 out of this list.
I would say Jordan versus Bad Boys.
I got to go with Bird versus Magic. I mean, they saved the league, and it goes right along with that with number 1. So I would have to go Bird versus Magic.
All right, I'm the tiebreak now.
Uh-oh. I know who you're going to go for. Go ahead.
Actually, I mean, I'm going to go with the rivalry that literally transformed the NBA into what it is today. It would not be this big of a league without Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson. CJ, I'm sorry. This is the one time in the last 3 weeks I'm going to disagree with you. We're going Larry Bird.
Shocker.
Versus Magic Johnson. All right. I feel like the next one, though, CJ, has got to be Michael Jordan versus the Bad Boys Pistons. That's my vote for number 3.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, I would have said number 2 was a great choice also.
Coach, Michael Jordan versus the Bad Boys Pistons, I mean, that was just must-see TV because they actually hated each other.
Yeah, but what else was must-see TV was Reggie Miller versus the Knicks in the biggest media center in the world, New York. So I would lean towards that, but I can't disagree with what you guys talked about.
Number 4, what are you thinking here?
4 is tough. I think 4 to 10 is very tough. I'm going to have to go with, but I would have to say if we didn't pick Reggie Miller at 3, he has to go at 4 just because of the whole, how iconic it was.
Yeah, the choke signs as he jumped up on the scorer's table. We got to see that with Tyrese Halliburton a couple years back in the playoffs. Actually, I think that was just last year, actually. Coach, that rivalry was crazy.
Yeah, and his bow as he left the Garden to the fans that were booing him. Yeah, that's got to be the number 4.
Okay, there we go. Reggie Miller and the Knicks. Number 5, CJ. What are we thinking?
5, I want to go shout out to Coach's guy, Wilt Chamberlain. I think this will be Wilt versus Russell will be good because of the history of it.
Yeah, because those are the 2 big, huge guys, battling each other. And back then, the size was spectacular, and they were the focus of those teams, even though Wilt came on the short end of most of those. But, yeah, for sure.
All right, size matters. Bill versus Wilt. All right, CJ, number 6. I think this is kind of where things get a little bit harder. What do you think?
6, I would put LeBron versus Steph just because of the championships, MVPs, and just the legacies of those 2 players.
Yeah, I agree because Golden State was being the team of that century and winning championships left and right, and LeBron's Cavs upset them. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, blowing the 3-1 lead. I think that's what everyone in the world wanted because the Warriors had won the most games of all time at that point in time. Seemed like a right play there for number 6. Okay, number 7, CJ.
Number 7, I grew up watching this series, so I would say Knicks versus Heat as a young kid.
I got to go with the one I was up front with, and the Spurs Mavericks. We battled back and forth, and we beat them in a game 7. And then they came to Dallas and beat us with Steve Kerr making a shot. So I'm going to go with Spurs Mavericks in that time frame with the great Spurs teams, and then Dirk with the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think that was the time when the Spurs just popped onto the scene, and then, every couple of years just would end up winning for whatever reason. And I like the player versus player in this one. Sorry, CJ, I'm going to go with Coach again. This is crazy. I feel ill, but I might be sick. I'm under the weather, but we're going to go Spurs and Mavericks.
Check his pulse.
Maybe getting smarter. Maybe after all these shows, you're finally getting smarter.
At some point, I might. Okay, CJ, what do you got?
I'm going to roll with my Knicks versus Heat. Like I said, I used to watch that as a kid, and watching those battles was very informative for me as a young player.
That's when the Eastern Conference was the bloodbath.
I got to go Lakers Suns just for the fact that the great Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, is in that one, along with Steve Nash, a great point guard. So I got to go with that one.
Now I'm the tiebreak again. That's tough.
Come on, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace.
Yeah, CJ, I'm so sorry. It's just Kobe versus Steve Nash.
Three.
That's MVP versus MVP. Wow. All right, CJ, final two.
Still going to go with my Knicks versus Heat is 9, and then Spurs versus Suns 10.
Yeah, I agree. All of these are great, though.
All right. So we got Knicks and Heat from the 97 to 2000 year, and Spurs versus Suns right there.
The one that's not in there is the Pistons Celtics, where the Celtics stole the game, and the Pistons battled the Celtics for so long to finally beat them and move on. That would be honorable mention for sure. That was great series back then. That's a great rivalry too.
That is our all-time best NBA playoff rivalries. Let us know what you think in the comments. Clearly, we had some disagreements there, and somehow I'm under the weather. Thanks so much for tuning in to Basketball Past, Present, and Future. We'll give Coach a little credit this week. We won't give him any next week, so stay tuned for that.